of our stakeholders and persons that have to do with it were outside the country and came back with a lot. There's also the issue in the international scene of the issues of fossil fuel, that's the normal crude oil and all of that, and the issues of the Ukraine war. And in today's program, we shall do our best to look into all these areas, and the discourse will be robust, and we'll then narrow it down to the issue of alternative sources of fuel and generation of power. Yeah, we know about wind, we know about solar, but a new arrangement on biogas, and to come into play in tandem with our normal kerosene or gas would bring a drastic reduction in prices, and then also help the average Nigerian family to manage his affairs in this harsh economic weather and times. We'll be also looking at the new innovations on how to harness waste to power. That is in the line of using refuse and garbage and the issues of recycling within the Nigerian system. It will be a very interesting discourse as we entertain our guest, Mr. Uche Ikenga, and who is a climate consultant and also into the issue of biofuels. A wonderful listening and good morning. Yes, wonderful good morning once more. The program is The Environment and You. My name is Stephen OGBOLI, your regular host. It's a program put together as a corporate social responsibility of Citizen FM 93.7, 4th floor Labour House, Nigeria, in which we address issues that have to do with the environment as to bring to bear the new challenges and the issues that are presenting themselves in the milieu. We hope that at the end of the day, Nigerians will embrace the new ethical methods of doing things in the environmental sector, and that at the end of the day, we'll become a better citizen and a better country for it. This morning, I said we will be discussing issues of biogas and biofuels and the alternative use for better agricultural use of organic manure, as in case of chemical manure, the chemical fertilizer that's been in place all these years. And for a richer and healthier society and citizenry, we actually need to look inwards into organic farming. And also, even in the developed climes, organic food is more expensive than the chemical fertilizer foods, and whether it be poultry, whether it be agri-produce, whatever. When you say organic, because people know about eating healthy, they make the best of it. Right here in Nigeria, we are blessed with the best faunas, we are blessed with the best arable land, whether it be in the northeast, north central, northwest, whether it be in the southern parts of the country. Our mangrove swamp forest and our rain forest and rainforest and the middle belt are rich with all forms of plants and animals, which, if properly harnessed, Nigeria will be the food basket not only for Africa but for the world. And therefore, we at Citizen FM in collaboration with the Environmental Management and Disaster Risk Reduction Institute of Nigeria, are trying to do our best to change the narrative and to open our eyes and minds to greater and bigger things. The phone lines of the studio are open: 090-3222-9797. That's MTN line. I take it again: 090-3222-9797. And then the Airtel line is 080-8222-2037. I take it again: Airtel 080-8222-2037. And the 9 mobile hybrid line in the studio is 081-8222-2005. I take it again: 9 mobile 081-8222-2005. The lines are open, and we're open for discourse today. It plans to be a very interesting discourse for all of us out there. You're welcome. Yes, welcome back. What are biofuels? In the layman's parlance, biofuel, biogas, as it were, is a byproduct of decomposing of organic matter by anaerobic bacteria in a designed chamber tank called a digester. That is, you gather it and put it into a tank, and it's called a digester. It's composed of about 60% of methane and 40% CO2. Biogas is clean and renewable energy that may be substituted to natural gas to cook, to light, to produce vapor, hot water, or to generate electricity, among other uses. At room pressure and temperature, biogas is a gaseous form which can be stored. You now have a harvester, a gathering system. Organic waste is put into a sealed tank called a digester, where it is heated and agitated, that is by addition of chemicals. In the absence of oxygen, anaerobic bacteria consume the organic matter to multiply and produce gas. Waste products that produce from the biogas, of course, our organic waste has the ability to produce biogas, and such waste matter, let us be decomposing matter from human waste, animal waste, cow dung, chicken droppings, what have you. Like we said last week, we passed people cutting up oranges and peeling watermelon, banana and pawpaw. All those things we think are waste can be gathered into a digester, and as they decompose, it becomes gaseous. And as it is gathered, it has energy from it harnessed, and it becomes clean energy that can be used to power a household. Therefore, a household of 5 to 7 people can generate enough waste to keep them free from paying electricity bills, actually, by using of biogas. Once you have a biodigester and you know the technology, most countries, especially some Scandinavian countries and some countries in Eastern Europe, use such technology because their areas are a little bit mountainous, far-flung from the main towns and villages. So if they are in isolated areas, they use biodigesters, and they have their own energy. Small communities come together, communities of no more than 50, 70, 100 people, and have their biodigester. From there, they have their rural electricity and the power, and they add it to some little bit of solar and wind energy, and they're good to go. They are not talking about hydro generation or the issue of burning diesel or other forms to generate thermal energy. They are using bio. Operation of a bio plant, a biogas plant, is like an animal. It must be fed every day with the right organic stuff in the right amount. If not taken, yeah, the system runs. So it is something that every day you have your compost generated, your refuse generated, and then you plow it into the digester. As it continues to decompose, you continue to have power. And it is said that every human being generates waste daily. Let's leave out the paper waste and other forms of waste from plastics. You cook, you peel the back of potato, you peel the back of yams, you take oranges, and then after sucking out the water and the orange, the whole thing there can be turned into a biodigester as it decomposes. The beauty of it is that it becomes gaseous. And then from there, you harness it and gather, and then turn it into a system, and then you have your power for both cooking, for lighting, and for other energy uses. And the beautiful thing about biogas is that at the end of the day, the bioslurry, that is the waste from it, has properly decomposed and it becomes organic manure. All you now do is attach it to your farm. You can use it in irrigation system by pumping it with water through the whole farm system. The richness of it begins to make very beautiful legumes to grow, sugarcane, what have you. And so it is a technology that at this time that the issue of crude oil and global power supply is threatened, we should look at. The phone lines are open. We are good to go, and we'll entertain your calls this morning, and we'll discuss further these issues and whatever needs to a little bit of highlighting and better information will be handled during the program. You're welcome. A wonderful good morning. Yes, a wonderful good morning. We're back on air, as we said. Water no get enemy. In the same vein, I think biogas does not have enemy. Uche Ikenga, what do you think?
Good morning, Stephen.
Yes.
Biogas is highly environmental friendly, so there's no
enemy. You use it to cook, you use it to power electricity, you use it at the bioslurry from it, you use as organic manure and fertilizer for your farm. And everything is about managing the waste and byproducts from waste properly, because nothing is wasted.
Do you know that if you have biogas, if your toilet is connected to biogas, you can never have infection?
That is true.
Toilet infection, you can never have that.
So all these pit latrines that we have up and down in motor parks and what have you, the motor park is not even properly well lit. You come in the night, you can't access. They have reasons to even have biogas and then harness it, and then like Jabi here, and all these other garages across in every place, and then and in schools, because you have schools all around, primary, secondary, and universities and homes and all of that. And therefore, we are talking about a revolution that Nigeria must key into, not only because of the new challenges that the world is facing. The Ukraine war has opened the eyes. COVID also opened the eyes of the world to so many issues about biogas, biofuels, and the challenges of power. And I think it's a way to go and the right thing to do, and the time is now. What is your take on the issue of waste management so far when you are talking about biogas?
Well, I think the wastes are being wasted as it is. Wasting the waste.
Yes. Instead of harnessing the waste.
Harnessing it for our use.
I passed some places I had to go. I have nothing against people that live around Masaka. But I was in Masaka earlier this week, and some refuse dumps I passed. I marveled at what we have wasted the waste, as in your words. These communities are there burning. Small operators of generator, barbers and tailors are trying to make a living, burning 300 naira. They go and buy black market and pour in a little 1 liter into their generator. In 2-3 hours is burnt off, and they are back again looking for another 300 naira. When all they needed to do is have a biodigester converter in the arrangement, and they are free, good to go. They go and harvest that waste at the junction coming in, pour it into the digester, and they continually go, both with the waste from the pit latrines or the toilet systems. And I marvel at what Nigerians are not yet aware of.
Do you know, Stephen, that
yes,
people roasting corn?
Yes.
Roasting meat?
Yes. The suya man is everywhere. Fish.
All those are supposed to use biogas. And you'll be eating those things without perceiving
odor or smoke.
The smoke, carbon monoxide.
Yes.
Smoke coming
because it's fresher.
The natural corn. That is, the corn will taste natural.
Yes.
The fish. You
natural.
You get home, and then as you are cooking the fish, eating the fish, you begin to perceive charcoal.
No odor whatsoever. Yes. And this is the time for this, because our health sector is overstretched. A teeming population of 205 million, going by the World Bank estimates and Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, and one or two other agencies. And for the hospitals we have and the primary healthcare centers, you find that it's supposed to be 1 doctor to 20 patients. But here now, in this present system, it's 1 doctor to 300 patients, 1 nurse to 500 patients. So it's overstretched because the population is much. And the way we're going about it, a friend of mine, I will do difference to everybody listening, said that we have baby manufacturing plants. You just go to any place where we have a maternity, like in Kubwa. In a day, you just see a manufacture coming out. We do difference to those listening. And if we are actually manufacturing at that speed, we should be doing things, thinking about that number of people. What do you think, sir?
Yes.
Because in hospitals, biogas is actually the way to go.
Yeah.
General hospitals, their mortuaries are running on diesel to keep the place icy and all of that because of the decomposing of bodies that are kept there until they carry. 90% of our hospitals don't be, because they are governmental in nature, don't run wet mortuary services, not dry mortuary, not dry morgues. So, of course, they do the needful by putting up plants and all of that. I know of Garki, I know of Asokoro, I know of all of these ones are all running. National Hospital is a wet system, so it's refrigerations. Now, if you go bio for a hospital that size, for the human waste and other waste generated within that system, you'll be surprised. The issue of we are spending so much money on buying diesel, we don't have diesel, like what we saw in Port Harcourt. They said patients were dying because the patients were being told to buy diesel, otherwise there are people in ICU will die. And then I felt so bad, and that's why the Environmental Management and Disaster Risk Reduction Institute said, no, we should think inwards and bring some things to light to Nigerians. Why would patients die in a hospital? A hospital that has 1,000 people come in and go out and they use toilets and all of that. Why don't you turn the waste and decomposing matter within the system into biofuel and convert by having digesters and simple matter? That place will run, at least the critical areas like the theater, like we said, the morgue now, which is a mortuary, and the outpatient something, and the ICUs, at least those are the critical sector. You will power those 24/7 while waiting for electricity at the time it comes, and then you now continue other areas. At least you have electricity for the critical need areas. The theaters will run, and what have you. What's your take, sir?
Yes, there's no reason actually why a hospital or a school should be without light, simply because NEPA did not, PHCN did not supply, therefore you go blackout.
Yes.
When you can generate your own.
I have this take. I have this take and this feeling. The lobby system in America and everywhere in the world has a way of playing with our consciousness. There's what you call the unconscious consciousness and conscious consciousness. They have done so much and put so much money into generators, into issues that have to do with having a big generator to power a place, a generating plant independent, that they do not want to listen to other arguments or other areas that can solve the problem. Why should National Hospital have a blackout when we can have biodigesters, at least 3 or 4 inside there, to harness and gather and solve the problem permanently? And then injection and feeder system. We are not saying don't use the diesel and all of that. You use it at times. Then you manage with the biogas, and then you take it with NEPA. If you do that, you now have light 24/7, 24 months, 12 months of the year, 24 hours, all through. What do you think, sir?
Yes, that's the fact, and then we just have to come to that point.
Yes.
Where we get to know that light or electricity is very key to our development.
No, power is key for everything.
It's very key. So we need to get to that point and then key into it, move into it, get our our fundamentals right.
Okay.
And then.
What's your take about the issue of a clean cook stove? I know the Federal Ministry of Environment have some arrangements about that, and it's been on for about 10 years now. But the issue is simple. In our arid and semi-arid region, even in our forest areas, we are losing forests at an alarming rate because people are looking for charcoal. In fact, some Chinese have come we do difference to them and have injected or infested the system with a craze for Nigerians to export charcoal. And if you ask the simple question, what is charcoal? It's from burnt wood. Therefore, it means you are depopulating your species of trees and you are creating a new and so that I hope the Conservator General of the Federation is listening. We've sent invite twice this year for this program for him to attend, and to our surprise, he has not heeded any of the invites and all of that. I think his handlers at that region have something to not too good or something they are trying to keep away from the public glare, because this is the only country where you ask a public officer, kindly come to a program, it's free, and let's discuss and let Nigerians hear and know what your positions are, what is your short-term, mid-term, and long-term, and how do we solve these problems. And people will now lend their voices, and the person says, no, I don't want to tell you anything, I'm doing my work. I wonder how the work goes on, and yet we are seeing things going out of hand. Because the recent estimates of the depletion of our bamboo in Cross Rivers states, in certain parts of Delta and certain parts of Ondo State, is alarming. There's some people are going into the wild and just removing everything. Logging, illegal logging is going left, right, center. Added to the issue of, in the same Conservator General's purview, is the issue of animal poaching. Elephant tusks. We don't have so many elephants, yet the few we have been all driven away. You can't find them when you go to Yankari again as before. You can't find them when you go to Gashaka. You can't find them any of our game reserves, and so it's sad, including our Nigerian lion. What's your take?
Yes, the danger to, that's a great threat to wildlife, because some of these animals, they habit these trees, these giant trees. That's where they stay.
Yes.
And by the time you fell down their house and then
nowhere to go,
pieces and carry it away, then they are exposed.
Yes, because what brings us to this talk is the issue of biogas.
Yes.
If we are using biogas from decomposing human waste, animal dungs and droppings and all of that, and vegetables, and we will not need to go after trees. The beautiful trees. I marvel. I know that we're increasing in population, but I go to my state and my town, and I look left, I look right, I just see a whole expanse cleared. And actually, the person says he wants to farm. It's all a gamble. He's not farming anything. 1 year he comes, 2 years. The next time you come, you see he has put a fence around it. He wants to develop a property. So there is need for actual monitoring. We know that, yes, there's a place for state power and there's a place for federal power, and of course even the local government. But all of this is the person at helms of affairs needs to bring stakeholders together and proper educate them on why things must be done properly. And no country becomes great by doing things haphazardly. What's your take, sir?
Yes, and the danger of deforestation is also there.
Yes, in the arid and semi-arid regions. Yes. That was the reasons why we're now going into another dimension. The Great Green Wall was set up, agency, and I remember Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, I think 2.5 weeks ago or so, planted a tree on World Tree Day and all of that. And all of this is to sensitize and further elucidate and bring to the fore issues that happen about us not. And they said every child should plant a tree in school and all of that. But what we have in our forests are being taken away, and you are saying people should plant trees. You have to start from somewhere. You have to put...
no windbreakers again.
Nothing. And that's why we're now having this hurricane of wind. When it comes, it clears our communities, everything. Very fierce.
Nothing stopping them. So we are just exposing the whole environment, the whole lot of danger.
Which is sad.
Which is too bad for us.
And then the issues, because if you talk from an environmentalist perspective, everybody will now say you're an enemy of how to do business. We're not saying you can't log, but get proper license. We are not saying you can't do this. There are areas earmarked for this. And the way it's supposed to be done is like there's this mahogany tree that I watched something in Nat Geo Wild that can only be found in Central Africa and in Nigeria and parts of Cameroon. Is the most expensive tree currently worldwide. And Nigeria has a very, very rich, but many Nigerians don't know, it's in their backyards. Now, what is happening is that these Chinese and these other country people coming in, we have nothing against Chinese, but we have to be careful with this kind of business, are just removing everything. Now they are removing it and remanufacturing and bringing finished products for us, even if we say we're not, and then we're paying times 10 of what it was. There would have been a buyback system. If I give you raw tree, mahogany, when you are bringing it back to me, you pay me, and then you now bring it back to me, so that I am not even paying you anything because I gave you the product in the first place. What's your take?
Yes.
Because protectionism is one of the key tools of nature management everywhere in the world. Now here we are not doing that at all.
In some places, I think there's a policy of fell down one
yes.
and plant.
Yes, you
three.
must plant 2 or 3.
Yes.
And let's remember that no mahogany tree gets to that extent in less than 250 years.
Look at that.
So you have just removed 200 years of history just because of that. No mahogany tree gets to that size that you find it in less than 250 years. And the rings are there to show. The smaller ones, maybe 50, 70. But for the sizes they are looking for, one that is as big as twice this room we're in, those ones come at 200 and plus years, some more. And because of that, we must do the needful. Times to keep playing lip service is not now. We'll be back shortly again. Let's have a break, and then the phone lines are open, and then we'll take calls. A wonderful good morning, the environment and you. Stephen OGBOLI. Yes, welcome back. My name is Stephen OGBOLI, the environment and you, this Saturday, the 23rd of July 2022. The phone lines are open 090-3222-9797, that's MTN, 090-3222-9797, and Airtel is 080-822-222-037. I take it again, 080-822-222-037. 03 and 7, and 9 mobile line is 081-8222-22220 and 5. The lines are open. We want to discuss the beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. The Citizen FM, as I said, as a social responsibility, as a very responsible organization, media organization, gives vent to our for us to discuss issues and to ventilate our ideas in the areas of environment every Saturday morning, 8 to 9. It's our normal morning talk show. And yes, I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Who are we on to, sir?
Yeah, my name is Christopher Cheme.
Okay, you're welcome to the environment. Are you? You have something for us?
No, I want to make clear and then get information about how to generate power through these dustbins and whatever that you have mentioned so far.
Yes, we said that it is biogas is for generation of power through decomposing matter. And you have to have a digester, but you have to be trained in doing it, right? So that it's not just you gather it and put together. A gathering put together is for burning. But for it to be done properly, to generate, you have to know the items required and the additives to put in. What you need to put into your digester. A digester is a gathering system. Call it a tank, and then from there onwards. What's your question after that?
Yeah, then how do we, is there any machine that is supposed to be used to generate the power per se?
Yes, that's what we call the digester and the gathering system. But you have to be trained adequately on it to do that. You can reach Citizen FM on the numbers given on this number, and a further discussion will be done on how you can do the needful. The Environmental Management Institute is going to be doing some trainings very soon in the FCT and across Nigeria, teaching Nigerians how to gather and what needs to be done over time, so that we are able to do the needful.
All right. When is the training coming up?
From the 20... when are you doing? 27th to 29th of this month. You can contact Citizen FM 93.7 on this phone line, and then you'll be given the location and for the 3-day training.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's it. We are talking about how to get things done and where it's done and what the needfuls are. So, Ms. Ikenga, what does somebody actually, from his questions, what does somebody need to know actually about these things?
Yeah, actually
Because you have just said biogas is a very big term. What actually? Break it down for us. In 5 minutes, you have the floor now. Go ahead.
Yes, for the forthcoming meeting training from 27 to 29th, actually our trainees will be brought to a clear appreciation of what biogas is all about. Many people still don't understand. It looks so hazy to many. But we are going to bring it down to specifics, and people will know exactly how you can get gas out of your waste. You see it, and it's done in your presence, and you can do it. You'll be taught how to do it, so that you can get to your house and generate biogas that you can use to cook at least 10, 20, 30 minutes cooking. From this training, you will also be shown the business side of biogas, how you can, fuel your...
The 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, is it daily or continuously?
Daily.
Okay.
Daily.
It cannot extend more than 1 hour, 2 hours?
You might need a bigger digester.
Oh, okay. Based on size. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay, go ahead. Because that's why I asked the question.
There's a limit to which the trainees can, build their own biogas plant. There's a limit. Then when it gets to standard, you need a qualified biogas professional.
Okay.
To put you through. So you also get to know the business side of biogas as a source of employment. You know how you can change the nozzle of your generator to be able to make it use biogas.
Yes, just like the federal government came up with the issue of gas for vehicles, that can run on gas and some other things at a very cheaper rate. Okay. However, shortly after they did that, gas has increased in price. Now, I think it's about 900 per kg now. So it has gone high up, and so that seems to have been defeated, and whatever is on it, and what have you. So go ahead, I'm listening.
So Steve, actually what we are planning is going to be a whole lot of revolution. Revolution that will take the waste out of our streets, out of our homes, and you get them into the digester properly, harnessed, and then channeled for use. And then you know how to remove CO2 from your gas so that it can give you the cooking gas you need. And you can do the commercial biogas. Set up a commercial plant that can generate gas, we bottle it, and is out there in the market for sale.
Okay, let me still give the official number of Citizen FM in this. It's 081-82222206. The official number to get to call Citizen FM for the discourse on energy generation, biogas, biofuel, so that in the oncoming training we'll put together few participants as the first starters and then teach them on biogas. Please, those listening, the number is 081-8222-222206. That is the official number of Citizen FM for inquiries into biogas and biofuel. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yes.
Because why I ask the question is I know that the digester and the collective system, if it's not big enough, cannot generate as much as. Therefore, one of the issues about generating the gas itself is that you have to have a tank. If you want bigger capacity, you have a bigger and all of that. But if you have the 2,000, as they call it, these tanks, GP tanks, 2,000 capacity, liters capacity, that's about the bigger that can take more. With that, you cannot generate a little bit more, like 3 hours gas daily. Am I in the same page with you? But if you have the smaller ones, these small 10, this that you only generate about an hour thereabout of gas. Are we on the same page? Okay, so people have to hear that. Well, however, the issue of bioslurry. What is bioslurry?
Yes, bioslurry is the
because I've already said it is the waste product from or the waste of the waste.
The waste of the waste.
Okay.
After you have passed your waste through your digester, you get gas.
Yes.
And then the
waste of the waste.
I say the chaff they throw away.
Yes.
It brings out the slurry, the fertilizer.
Yes.
You can use to water
compost manure.
Yes, water your flowers and the garden. Use it
for legumes and other growth. And if you use it in a Fadama system of irrigation, you can irrigate the whole farmland, especially those farming rice, farming of fada rice, which is a delicacy both in Nigeria and abroad. People are actually paying good money. I know somebody in Ogun State that is farming only ofada rice, and the ofada is for export. And biodigester will be a beautiful thing there because they need that to clean up in their harvester and in also while they are peeling and all of that in the blending factory. Then the outcome of all of that can be plowed back in and then used to do the irrigation and continuous. So it's cyclical. The whole thing is now integrated.
You know what I saw people do?
What?
They heap this, rice, harvested rice.
Yes.
They heap it like that, and when the heap is so much, they set it on fire.
Which is sad. When it could have been used for...
burn the whole thing off.
Yes.
I get well, it irritates me so much, but what can you do?
Okay. The producer of this program, Madam Kemi, and the Citizen FM can be reached at 081-8222-206. That's the official line, and via text message and what have you, so that proper arrangements can be made for you to join up with our training in the week coming. We hope that it will be an interesting time to be a Nigerian and to learn new things. Mr. Ikenga, what is your take? You just said that if you want to go bigger on the biogas, you must have a biogas consultant help you out, do the needful. It's just like fish farming. You just don't jump into it. It's just like any other farm. Even the rice we're talking about, even poultry, you must have somebody teach you how to do it. Even the issue of having pure water factory. Somebody has to teach you how it's done. And then you now get nothing. It's just you must get the technology right, and you must understand it from that perspective. So what is your take on do we have enough manpower, tech people that know it within the system? Is it adequate, or we have to up our skill? I know why I'm asking.
Yeah, surprisingly, Stephen, we have found out that there are very few Nigerians that have.
Yes, and for some of us that have the training how to go outside Nigeria.
Yes.
I know for a while you went to Ghana, then you also went abroad just to learn and understand these issues. Like I said in the beginning of the program, some remote communities out there in the Scandinavian and the Eastern European side, like Estonia, Moldova, and all of that. Some place I've seen it in Bucharest, where people use biodigesters and they run their farms and do the needful. I know in Turkey also, parts of Syria, and people are running communities or just biodigester, doing the needful and turning wind energy to as a support to it, and solar. And when they do that, the community is free of talking about hydroelectricity or electricity generated by burning burning fuel. That is to say, thermal energy. They are just running on clean, renewable energy. So you say we don't have enough.
We don't have, because we have been trying to, gather professionals, assemble them together, and then
people that have some engineering background and some other background.
People are contacting me from Uganda, from Ghana,
yes,
like that. But I want our local professionals. If we have them, let them show up.
And then we'll do the needful.
Yes.
Yeah, that is why Citizen FM is a trailblazer in these things, and as a part of a social responsibility, we do the needful over time to get it out there. We've been having a wonderful discussion with Uche Ikenga, and today has been a wonderful time with you. Citizen FM, Environment, and you. My name is Stephen OGBOLI, signing out. A last word for us.
We want to encourage all FCT,
yes,
all Abuja residents to key into the forthcoming training.
Okay.
Because it's going to mark the beginning of a revolution that will turn our city, our states around.
Thank you so much. A wonderful good morning.